asking why you're taking my picture.
I have every right to. You're on a public sidewalk. I'm a citizen. Hey, buddy, we were out here before, so I don't mean no disrespect.
Can you take your camera out of my face? Because you're disrespecting me by doing that.
So I'm not doing anything illegal.
No, I'm asking you politely, can you take that camera out of my face?
That's off, right? It's on, right? Come on, you gotta shut that off, man.
We have every right to, though.
Huh?
We're not doing anything illegal. We have every right to.
Shut that off, though, okay? You gotta shut that off. You gotta record what we're saying.
When Ricky comes, I think he's got a bomb in his bag.
Exactly.
I saw wires coming out of it. I think he's got a bomb in his bag.
The guy even admitted, I know you're not a terrorist, but I'm going to say you're a terrorist, and you're going to spend 30 days in a hole before they really find out.
Terrorist act? I guess they go away for about 30 days.
We're not terrorists. We're Americans, sir. We're citizens.
Well, you're right. By the time the government figures it out, you'll be in a hole for 30 days.
I mean, just understand.
Just don't record what he's saying. Don't record what I'm saying. Hey, please, do me that favor. And you still recording me. Come on, man.
We have every right to, sir. I'm sorry, but constitutionally, legally, we have every right to.
Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail?
Who's on here today?
Guess who's going to jail? He's got bombs in the back of his backpack, I think.
How you gonna say that, sir? That's slander.
I saw wires coming out of it. I don't know what you have in there.
You're trying to say
I don't know. You look like a terrorist may look like.
I don't know
what a terrorist
sir.
looks like.
Sir, that's very disrespectful.
I don't know what a terrorist looks like. You may be a terrorist for all I know.
How you gonna say that?
Because you have wires coming out of the backpack.
I'm not a terrorist, sir.
You made threats, so now I'm concerned.
Nobody made a threat. Never made a threat, sir. What you're doing right now is slanderous, and it's liable.
Let a judge decide.
You have no right to do that.
These guys were trying to set us up, and the only thing really protecting me from being set up was a video camera. And with that video camera, I was able to show the world what's really going on and how these guys are so criminal that they're willing to frame activists, people who are willing to stand out there and give flyers and DVDs for free to the people about the truth. They're willing to set us up as terrorists, and they're trying to say we have backpack explosives. That's what the system does. They attack real people who want to affect real change. And for about 30 minutes, these guys were talking about what to do. When we asked them if we could leave, they said, no, we can't leave. I always had my camera on, and I remember just 5 Porter 30 police department officers came and walked around me. And I had my video camera shooting.
Private property right here?
This is yes, and that's right here. Correct.
This whole part, this whole prank?
As I'm talking to this cop about this being a public street, this being a New York City street, one of the police officers who was behind me actually took his hand and just grabbed my camera without even saying anything, grabbed my camera, turned it off, and then he told me, this is a gun. And then these cops then threatened me and said, you have to get out of here, you can't stand here. And they basically forced us to leave. And then without having the advantage of having any communications, any cameras, we decided the best thing to do was to leave before they really set us up with a bomb threat. Right after, they tried to set us up as terrorists. And right after the Zbigniew Brzezinski confrontation, I actually started getting phone calls and death threats from random people, from uncalled, from private numbers, as well as my loved ones started getting death threats. You're gonna, threaten us because of Brzezinski and what we did outside Building 7? Well, you know what? I'm gonna go outside David Rockefeller's house and confront David Rockefeller. You know what? I'm gonna go to Giuliani and confront him on his lies of 9/11. You know what? I'm gonna confront every political candidate there is, because they're not gonna silence me and they're not gonna stop me.
11 victims rally. I met you in October 2020. Sabrina?
Sabrina?
You came for Lieutenant Robert F. Wallace.
Of course.
I have a question for you. You reported to Peter Jennings that on 9/11 that the World Trade, the towers were going to collapse, and excuse me, no steel structure in history has ever collapsed due to a fire. How come the people in the buildings weren't notified, and who else knew about this? And how do you sleep at night?
Ma'am, I didn't know that the towers were going to collapse.
He reported it to Peter Jennings.
No.
To Peter Jennings.
And also,
you indeed said that the towers, you were notified the towers were going to collapse while you were in some, not sure exactly where you were prior to, but you said on ABC video with Peter Jennings in an interview that you were aware that the towers were going to collapse in advance. We'd like to know who told you the towers were going to collapse in advance, sir, and also we'd like to know who else you told.
Well, the fact is that I didn't realize the towers would collapse. I never realized that.
You stated it.
You stated otherwise on
if
ABC
I
video.
can complete the sentence, if you give me the courtesy to complete the sentence.
Yes, sir.
Our understanding was that over a long period of time, the way other buildings collapse, the towers could collapse, meaning over a 7, 8, 9, 10-hour period. No one that I knew of had any idea that they would implode.
You stated they would collapse.
But also, sir,
I went down to the scene and we set up headquarters at 75 Barclay Street, which was right there with the police commissioner, the fire commissioner, the head of emergency management. And we were operating out of there when we were told that the World Trade Center was going to collapse.
Now, if he knew the towers were going to collapse, how come he didn't tell the people in that building? How come he didn't tell the firefighters, the police officers?
Sabrina Rivera, who says she lost a family member on 9/11, grabbed Rudy's hand and wouldn't let go as she and others confronted America's mayor in the Bronx.
She doesn't have to give you information. She doesn't have to give you no information, sir.
Giuliani!
Giuliani, you made $11 million off of the deaths on 9/11.
Giuliani, why did you lie to me on May 29th?
Guys, watch your back. My uncle on 9/11, Thomas Troy. Mayor, I wanted to ask you about the 500.
Thank you very much.
Why did you lie to me on my knowledge about the towers collapsing?
Excuse me, George, get on. John Schroeder just recently testified that he had explosives going on throughout the building.
Mr. Giuliani, you're a traitor to this country. You will be going down very soon, sir.
Politicians, media whores, the establishment, the people who are lying, the people who are screwing us over are being confronted, and this is only going to grow.
Nice to meet you. I have one question for you, though.
Go ahead.
You said that you were speaking.
I'm not going to be able to give a long question.
Yeah, no, one question. Senator, thousands of first responders are dying, Senator. They need money, Senator. They need important funds, Senator. Senator, over 20,000 first responders are dying. They desperately need federal income, Senator. Senator, please support a new investigation, Senator.
You support a new 9/11 investigation, John?
Let's have our picture taken. Come on.
Oh, right. Can you take a picture?
Sure.
Come on, that'd be awesome. It's a video. Here.
Okay, you ready?
It's all right, Joe. What does it say?
9/11 was an inside job. 1, 2, no.
So I want to know if you support a new investigation into 9/11. I do not. I do not.
And I know a lot of family members that questions were never answered by the commissioner for, and they demand a new investigation.
Any questions that they have, send to me and I'll try and
Lee
get them
Hamilton
answered.
and Thomas Keane said they were set up to fail. It's public record they did. We need a new investigation, sir. Stop your fear-mongering, John McCain. We know the truth. We know you are covering the death of 3,000 innocent Americans that deserve truth and justice. John McCain, you will be tried for treason for your cover-up of the events of 9/11.
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
Hey guys,
it's true.
If you want to meet with me,
I want to meet with you.
We're not going to meet.
We got to talk now too. Like I say, we got 30,000 plus first responders dying. They don't have time to wait anymore.
Yeah, we have about 14, 15 groups, and it's building. It's always building.
Former President Clinton raised money for his wife Hillary's campaign tonight at the State Theater in Minneapolis. When hecklers interrupted, shouting that the September 11th terror attacks were a fraud, President Clinton confronted them.
An inside job? How dare you? How dare you?
The hecklers were removed from the crowd. Tickets to the State Theater went for between
the Bohemian Club. As you say, the Bohemian Club? That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right? I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
The latest happened in Minneapolis, where President Clinton was speaking at a fundraiser for his wife. From the audience, a 9/11 conspiracy nut interrupted him.